All right. This one will be an unexpected party. Or is it a long, or was it unexpected journey?
Long expected.
No, it was unexpected party to start with. Unexpected journey is the Peter Jackson brand.
Hold on, I got it right. It was a long expected party.
Isn't that for Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's
okay. Okay, fine.
The Hobbit.
Okay, fine. In the ground, there lived in a hole in the ground. There lived a hobbit. Although everyone probably figured it out just by looking at the title.
Damn it! He's right. I looked at the wrong book. That's Fellowship. It is an unexpected party. I'm stupid.
Yeah, because the dwarves
You had it right the first
barge
time,
in
man.
on him.
Really? Oh my! I had it right the first time.
You had it right the first time, and I'm an idiot. Don't listen to the guy who's only halfway through The Hobbit. Listen to Neville. He's read the whole thing.
More than once.
Usually I'm the smart one in the stream, but tonight it's him.
Oh boy! Oh boy, it's me now.
Kermit the Scholar here.
Hi-ho.
Why?
Kermit the Tolkien scholar here.
Oh, that just gave me an idea.
You're gonna do the Hobbit with Muppets.
No,
wish-
wait for it to
I wish-
happen.
I wish Muppets Lord of the Rings existed now. Wow.
I mean, they did some pretty banger adaptations, really. I only just recently saw the Muppet Treasure Island. That was pretty good.
Yep.
The one with Tim Curry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they're not to get too far off track, but their adaptation of A Christmas Carol is probably my definitive version of it. Jeez. Leo, what is it?
Meow!
What's intention? So bad.
I mean, like, Fraggle Rock makes me think they could actually do Middle-earth justice with Muppets.
I mean,
Did you see
Henson's
Dark
Creature
Crystal?
Shop has done some impressive shit. Just look at Star Wars.
Look at Dark.
Ninja Turtles.
Did you see
Really?
Dark Crystal or Labyrinth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Labyrinth was on Svengoolie last year. The horror movie host.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're talking about The Hobbit in general, partially because I've decided to actually read all of Tolkien's Legendarium, and I'm
You know
about
what?
50% through The Hobbit. It's a reread. I've read The Hobbit before a long time ago, but only The Hobbit.
All right.
I was actually reading it out loud to my siblings. Now I'm just reading it as I'm going.
Give me your impressions so far.
I like the whimsical Englishness of the tone. I respect his long chapters. Like, he was writing this like as a children's book, but he did not care that they take like 35, 40 minutes to read. And it takes its time, but I like that. It feels very much like playing a game. And I guess because I've like spent way too much time in Breath of the Wild, I kind of am picturing like those type locations in my head when I'm reading it. And that's like Tolkien, it's like he's creating he's like the original dungeon master, and he's creating like the RPG world genre before there's such a thing. Like, he's like in his 20s somewhere sitting in a trench making the world's first D&D session.
That's not entirely inaccurate, because in Appendix N, which was the part of the D&D guide that listed all the books that Gygax cited as influence on Dungeons and Dragons, one of them was the Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I should preface, so it's one of many.
Oh yeah, that can be a whole stream by itself.
Now, I'm reading a modern edition, so I already know that Gollum and the Riddles in the Dark chapter have been adjusted to fit with the rest of the trilogy. I don't know anything about the original version of that chapter. But
Oh, let's see.
And I notice little things he's setting up, like he mentions like a necromancer in a tower, not to go south in one direction because you'd encounter him, and it's like, oh, I think I know who that is.
Yeah, a lot. It's kind of crazy just how much of the stuff that he ended up writing he had already thought of beforehand. He just didn't like fit the pieces together just yet.
And it's so strange because it's kind of a different genre. It's is not the because I've made multiple attempts to read Lord of the Rings, and like that's why The Hobbit is the one I actually was able to finish like 20 years ago. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. It's the same. Like Transformers fans would know the kind of tone shift I'm talking about, like Transformers the movie compared to the TV show. It's that weird thing where it's like it's the same universe, but it's a different genre within it.
With a tonal shift.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Tonal shift, but also audience shift. I'm not sure like how many Hobbit readers came back for the full trilogy or not, because I think the trilogy kind of took off more among hippies and college students in the 60s. It was like a sleeper hit. Tolkien barely lived long enough to find out he had a fan base.
Yeah, this is something. This is something those of us for whom our first exposure to it was through the Peter Jackson movies can't really appreciate.
Well, like during his lifetime, C.S. Lewis like completely overshadowed him. But now, Tolkien by far is the more famous of the two. Like people within certain religious circles and all, and people who saw the Disney Narnia 20 years ago. Which, wow, that's 20 years old. I can't even that. But like some people know who Lewis is, but like literally anybody in the Western world knows Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yeah, to kind of bring it back to The Hobbit, it's like, yeah, it's kind of amazing. He set this out, not really intending it to be part of a larger universe. Like he just thought he just wrote a fun little adventure novel, and that would be it.
Well, because wasn't he, Neville, you can help me out on this, wasn't he basically like creating the language, I think Elvish or something first, and then the rest of it sort of grew from making the languages?
To a degree, yeah. There's a lot of him developing the Elvish languages, like Quenya and Sindarin, that ended up like formulating a lot of the mythology. Like a lot of the stuff that Tolkien wanted to write was mostly like, actually a lot of the Silmarillion stuff was some of the stuff he wanted to publish first, but he's as I recall, when he pitched it to his publishers, they kind of thought that it was a little bit too esoteric and a little bit too in the weeds, and they wanted something that might have been a little bit more straightforward.
I mean, they were right about that.
So the stuff in the Silmarillion was Tolkien's real passion project, and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are the stuff that he basically got feedback like, this is the stuff you can publish that people can actually digest.
I didn't realize. No, I don't know why I said that. I'm just surprised it got published at the time. It's like now, if you were pitching something like that, you could say it's like Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure how he found a publisher then. I'm guessing it's just because, like, if he hadn't done The Hobbit first, I don't even think he'd have gotten considered. I don't know.
Yeah, and the same is said for his Unfinished Tales stuff. A lot of that stuff, I'm not sure, could have gotten published because, like, as interesting and cool and, you know, in some of it, like, ridiculously, horrifically tragic, like the Children of Hurin, is as crazy as some of that stuff is, I don't think they would have thought there was an audience for it then.
Mario Puzo's career sort of followed a similar trajectory. Like, he kind of wrote novels that may not have been, like, quote-unquote artistic, but they made money in the end, because he was able to make a career out of that. He was able to write The Godfather, and then get stupid rich off the residuals from the movie.
Let's get started.
Hey, here you go. Right?
It's kind of weird.
Okay. Okay. Can you do any of Gollum's lines in Kermit's voice?
My precious.
Too easy. Okay, let's do the.
I'm trying to warm up, dude. Nasty. I mean, look, just asking me to do a line is like you got to start a conversation with me in character.
That's like I can't do a Cajun a Cajun accent unless I start off as Gambit saying "There's always more gators in the bayou," and then I get stuck into accent and I can do it. But if I don't start with that
you gotta
Gambit,
warm up. You can't just.
right? I got to start with that exact phrase about gators in the bayou, and I torture my family when I cook gumbo with this terrible accent. But if I don't start with that one phrase, I lose it.
Okay. Okay. Let's do the. Okay, I will do.
You ask them something.
Okay, I got something. 30 white horses on a red hill. First they champ, then they stamp, then they stand still.
I can't remember this one. It's been ages.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. Oh boy, he is getting really whiny right now.
Oh, I heard red horses and I got confused.
Pretty sure I said white.
Teats. It's teats, precious. Is that the wind?
That Gollum's supposed to ask that one.
Oh, God. I don't know. I'm blanking on the specifics. I haven't read it in a while. I
No,
remember most
that's
of
the riddle.
bronze scrub.
That's the riddle Gollum asks. Bilbo's supposed
I
to.
know you. I gathered that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll
It's
try.
been a while since I've read it.
All right, I'll give you another one. This one you'll probably have fun with.
It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life, kills laughter.
It's his act!
I mean, I've got the book right here. I could just look it up, but I don't remember.
No, it's the dark! Yeah.
No. I was always terrible with riddle type things.
One thing I noticed about Tolkien compared to certain other famous fantasy franchises is even though he can go down some dark roads, you get the distinctive impression that as a person, J.R.R. does not like violence and like sensationalizing. Because like, I'm thinking like when they're captured by the goblins and they take the horses, and he's like, regrettably, the horses will not appear again in this tale. Unfortunately, they were probably eaten, as is the custom of goblins. And like, not gonna name names, but other franchises would like linger on the gruesome details of that. But I kind of get the impression that just as a person, it's almost like when something violent happens, he's not. There's like two things I noticed about Tolkien. He will not censor a narrative or shy away from life is dark as hell, but he almost feels apologetic about having to remind you of that. It's like, yes, this is how it is, but I'm sorry I have to bring it up, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it either.
Yeah.
Can you tell he was in the Battle of the Somme?
Yep.
Which is
Trying not to name that other franchise, but Epic Rap Battles did, and that's one of their lines is, "I cut my teeth in the trenches of the Somme. You larped your Santa Claus ass through Vietnam."
I don't think we need to dance around it. I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
Oh yeah, I know. I was more dancing just for humorous effect. That you like the rap battles usually like they end with who won, who's next. Tokien won that one. Fair.
Yeah.
I'm more rock and roll than you've ever been. Don't believe me? Ask Led Zeppelin. Something you can't touch me. I'm too towering. When I come back, it's Return of the King. It's like no. The other RR had nothing. Well, he even says that. You're a pirate, George. You even stole my RR.
Oh, shit.
It was a smackdown. Yeah, that's what I just wanted to say that about his tone. It's like I noticed that duality of not gonna sanitize, nor do
But I don't have to enjoy it either.
It's like, hey, I was in one of the bloodiest battles
Ever.
of any war. I know how awful this is, and I'm gonna tell you.
I don't think it's in a lot of ways the bloodiest ever, because as bad as World War II and others are, like, we understand modern tactics now. We don't think you can glory charge from one trench into the other with, like, we know now, like, I had to study all that in ROTC, how you have your interlocking fields of fire and everything is pre-sighted, and the other side already knows that, the gunfire from one direction makes an X crossing over the other gunfire, and it is physically impossible to cross this pre-sighted field of fire. You will die. It's not a question. So we would never do those charges. Where World War I, they hadn't figured that out and or weren't sure if the enemies had come to the same conclusions. So it seemed rational to just like Napoleonic style rush no man's land.
I'm always reminded of that one joke in Blackadder where Blackadder takes George's helmet, tosses it over the trench. It gets riddled with bullets, and he hands it back to George full of holes.
Yeah. Or like in Downton Abbey, where he holds up the cigarette lighter to get his hand shot to get sent back. I don't know if anyone else here watches Downton Abbey.
My mom does.
I mean, my mom did.
Well, so did my mom, but I was the one who told her about it.
Well, there's the difference. There's the difference.
Well, it actually kind of fits in that with the discussion, because there's a certain just Englishness of style. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Blackadder or Downton Abbey or Lord of the Rings, like, Englishness, like, when you say it's just like American media has a style too. And it's like, so whatever your example is, it's still kind of dipping from the same cultural well.
So what would you say characterizes that Englishness about the writing?
I would say there's sort of a longing in it. Something about like how much Tolkien really loved the life in the country, because I mean he spent his childhood in the Welsh countryside, and he just grew to love nature.
Mm-hmm. The English also have a gift for understatement. 'Tis only a flesh wound. Keep calm and carry on.
Yeah, but I mean, I've kind of suspected in a lot of ways, like, that the Shire is basically the Welsh countryside Tolkien spent his youth in.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just for the sake of contrast, how would you characterize a kind of Americanness in style, as opposed
That's
to
easy. Howard. It's dynamism, it's excitement, it's It's
Go big or go home.
basically everything in Conan. You want true American fantasy, it's Conan.
It's a very big, very bombastic. What would you say about, like, would you say there's a particular American style outlook in American fantasy, or does
Yeah.
it just vary wildly from author to author?
Well, I don't know. I think it depends. I would say it probably. I have to think about that, but honestly, I mean, I would say like Robert E. Howard basically defined what American fantasy is. But I think just because Tolkien became so much bigger in the current cultural zeitgeist, everyone sees him as the guy to ape, even if they're American. Because like, even Song of Ice and Fire doesn't really have that same dynamism or excitement or that vitality that you see in Conan. Like, it's just so dour and cynical.
So there's something, I don't know, would you say that there's something very English about Song of Ice and Fire, just
I would
with
say
a different outlook than
Just-
the
no.
Legendarium has?
No, I think honestly, I can't put Ice and Fire as being either English or American. It's just modern.
Where it just kind of becomes
It's not from any one particular place.
The English do delight in pettiness, almost as a national style. Like Lord of the Rings, the Bilbo's leaving party, and all the little barbs he's throwing, and I like half of you half as well as I should. And, Lobelia Sackville Baggins, who would always take his spoons and not return them. To her, he left his collection of spoons. She took the point immediately, but she also took the spoons.
Wow.
They have no desire. I mean, you find this in Harry Potter, in Jane Austen, and they love that kind of humor where, like, I don't know, we oversell our gags. They undersell them, like Vernon Dursley, and he's saying something about no post on Sunday, no damn letters today, as he spread marmalade on his newspaper.
oh god.
Whereas, like, American humor, like, South Park is, like, a golden example of American comedy. Like, we love
Go
the
all the way.
Yep.
If you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
there, go all the way, I guess. is
Well,
the
like
way to say it.
Seinfeld, we love a lot of those long setups. I'm not going to say which routine it was, but I was telling Dylan on the phone the other night, this like entire episode of Seinfeld set up to the payoff gag, and it was hilarious. And even 30 years later on a phone call, the gag still just inherently works. But that's, I mean, it's New York, it's Jerry Seinfeld, that's quintessential American humor, and building the big gag is what we do. Or the English, they like that kind of underhanded, I don't know, cheeky. They kind of have their own word for it.
A lot of British humor is very dry, it's very cynical. There's a lot of
Very sardonic.
there's also a lot of stuff about the class system.
Yep.
Yeah,
I am killing this Lego Bilbo. I am proud of myself here. Lego people are hard.
Really?
Sorry. I mean, to
More than you
draw.
would think, yeah. Getting the geometry right it's no joke.
Another one of those deceptively simple designs, huh?
Oh yeah. Plus, don't forget that Legos. Remember, Legos are made to be like plastic molds.
Mm-hmm.
They're not made to be drawn.
No.
And
That's the problem with things like Ninjago and all. Like, I could get behind Bionicle, but when the Lego people or Legend of Chima, where they're animated on screen as Lego people, it worked. I can take it in a game, but as a TV show, that's weird to me because I, as a kid, always looked at the minifigures and imagined them as normal adult humans, not that they actually ran around as
Lego people.
Like, yeah, I never thought that there were the Lego pirates. They were just normal. I heard this stupid story as a kid about, like, one of those, like, urban legend things that was supposed to make kids go to bed and not speak out about how these boys, pirates, had killed their father, so they tricked the pirates by standing on the shore and waving a lantern so the ship would sail to the lighthouse but crash on the rocks. And now the pirates' ghosts are wandering North Carolina for boys, and every boy they find out at night they think is those boys. And I was like 7, and this story scared me so bad that I had like this phobia trauma for a while that pirate ghosts were coming after me. And
Specifically pirate ghosts.
And, well, my grandma was from North Carolina, so I thought somehow I was marked. I was in Maryland, near D.C., but, you know, it's like, I figured they'd be looking for, like, descendants of those boys or neighbors of them. I don't know, so...
You made your own deep lore.
I did, and I had this mental image in my head of, like, a pirate ship floating down the street with, like smoke and steam around the bottom of the ship as it, you know, that it's kind of, like, floating in, and... Like literally the skeletons in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie is what I had in my head around 1904, and I was legit afraid. So I had this Lego set with the pirates and a jail, and every night before I'd go to bed, I'd put the soldiers, the, like, you know, Royal Navy people in the jail with the pirates as guards. So if the pirates came by, they'd see I was on their side.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Here you go. I drew the one thing Sauron is afraid of.
Why is it guts?
I don't know. Wouldn't you be scared shitless?
Honestly, not if I were Sauron.
See, I don't know that franchise. I thought it was Jonathan Joestar.
Sauron's villain.
Oh
Sauron is a Maiar.
Okay. It's just a funny thing. It's like, oh shit, here comes fucking guts.
I'm sure, you know what? If it were Sauron in his early days, I think he would really play up being scared of him. But, like, Sauron in the Legendarium was a really, like, it's in the early days, like in the Silmarillion and a lot of the earlier stuff, he was a slimy, slippery motherfucker.
And still not as bad as his master.
Oh no, I mean, well, I guess it's also worth mentioning that he and Morgoth kind of had very different motivations. Sauron was kind of under the impression that he was bringing order and sense to the world. Morgoth was kind of just tearing creation apart out of spite. Because he wasn't as involved with it as he'd like to be.
Look, I have basic bitch knowledge of Lord of the Rings.
Is this the part
Me too. I'm only halfway through The Hobbit.
Is this the part where we find out Dylan's only exposure to The Hobbit was watching the movies?
I think it is, ironically. I think that's what he's trying to say. Have you read them, Brett?
I read Lord of the Rings in high school. Well, and after I saw the movies, but at least that was thanks to my dad. Yeah, I remember, like, everyone loved the original Peter Jackson movies, but when The Hobbit came out, everyone was like, this sucks.
See, I remember liking the first one, but then, like, as it kind of went on, they started losing material and they started adding more stuff that it just didn't need. And then Battle of the Three Armies was kind of the point that everyone kind of agreed. It's like, this is entirely unnecessary.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that version where someone just kind of edited it all, three of the movies together as one movie.
I have not seen that, but I really hope that.
I've heard of it.
I would hope that they cut out a lot of the weird Lake Town shit. Because they took so much of Lake Town to be this like weird commentary when so much of that just plain wasn't in the book.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a good edition. Like, cut out fucking what's her face? Is it Toriel?
Yeah, Toriel.
Okay.
Evangeline Lilly.
Cut Toriel out. Cut half of the fucking. Cut a lot of the Lake Town stuff out. Pare down a lot of the last act, and you could probably edit that into a 3-hour movie.
Man, speaking of Lake Town, what a waste of Stephen Fry.
Oh yeah. Just
Okay, nobody's noticing my bad.
Yes,
My
we see
bad,
it.
Dad,
Yes,
fun.
we see it. We just got hung up on talking about the movie.
okay, I see the Balbo.
Or said my
My
arm,
arm,
not
my
my
arm.
law. God, if Sauron was in here, he'd be having a ball with it.
We'll have to get him when we get to one that has Sauron in it.
I think it. Yeah, but Sauron. He could probably hang out. Yeah, he could probably hang.
Sauron, he's vaguely mentioned that Gandalf tells Bilbo not to go south in one direction because there's a necromancer in a tower.
Yeah, which. Okay, I don't think they ever kind of revealed that in the book, but yeah, the movies did pretty much spell it out. Yeah, that was Sauron. Whereas in the books, I think it was. Okay, I am more than likely going to get this wrong. Neville's likely going to correct me. The books kind of connect the dots after the fact, right?
Went back and edited it.
Like after, I think they did kind of after the edits, but again, it wasn't really a big focus because Sauron wasn't really a big part of the Hobbit.
No. Like they only
Like,
made it.
There's a bad dude down there. Don't go near him.
No,
Like-
I just felt proud that I caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason they make it a bigger deal in the movie is because they gotta set it up or some shit, I think.
Yeah, I know. I was just proud that I caught that reference because I also only have basic knowledge.
There we go. There you go, Forrester.
I'm-
You got Saruman to keep him company there.
Okay. Nice.
You too.
huh?
It's funny if you know what happens to Saruman at the end of Return of the King.
Oh my god. Like the book. With the book?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's
do know
some
about
pretty
that.
fucked shit.
The Scouring of the Shire. I've heard people talk about that for years.
Yeah, there's a scouring of the Shire, and there's like specifically what happens to Saruman. So, I don't know. How much do you care about spoilers for an 80-plus-year-old book?
Or really, should we save it for when we get to Return of the King?
Yeah, we'll save that.
Okay, all right. I won't spoil it. I'll use it as an opportunity to get to it later. But spoilers for a 20-year-old movie and a 60-year-old book. Saruman dies. In the book, he dies in an interesting way, especially considering.
Oh, I know something about the movie. They cut it from the theatrical thing, and Christopher Lee snubbed the premiere because of it.
Yeah.
I think he was just proud that he told Peter Jackson how to do a realistic death scene.
Well.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, but they cut that very thing out of the theatrical release.
He'll come up again when we do James Bond because he was Ian Fleming's cousin, and he golfed with him, and he was in The Man with the Golden Gun. So I'll have stuff to say about. If we ever talk about Dracula, I'll bring him up. Let's just admit, there's a lot to say about Christopher Lee.
Yeah, that guy lived one of the most complete lives that a human being could.
No kidding.
One of life's main characters.
I know I don't have this Lego set memorized. I've got it sitting in front of me. I own this set, so I'm just drawing my own Lego set. But I'm drawing the Hobbit house because, I had seen Fellowship on TV and had multiple aborted attempts to read the books, but it was the Lego Lord of the Rings game is when I finally, got the franchise.
Also, on this Gandalf I'm drawing here, one of my favorite descriptions of Gandalf, I think they describe him this way in The Hobbit, but the way they'll say that his eyebrows are so long that they stick out of his hat.
Yeah.
It's that. I don't think they ever. I mean, I think they replicated that in the animated movie, but I don't think the Peter Jackson stuff really got it.
Yeah, they probably gave it a shot and thought it looked silly.
Dylan, you're qualified to talk about the animated one.
Oh yeah, huh?
I
Wait,
hadn't.
go longer with the eyebrows. Go as long as possible.
Night Elf
I haven't-
eyebrows, got it.
I hadn't seen it because a video store clerk in the 90s told me it sucked because it wasn't the Ralph Bakshi, and he said it was all effing singing and just to ignore it, and then I actually ended up liking it the other day.
Well, looks like you're not too far off, Knuckle.
I don't think anybody should listen to the video store guy. He's one of those real life Randall Graves.
A real Clerks. He is the Clerks.
That was at the Nero Video in Norfolk, Virginia, that was open from 1989 to 2019. And it was an independent video store, and it basically was it was Clerks in real life. No joke.
But it wasn't in New Jersey.
No. But I think, Clerks, I think, influenced how video people everywhere acted because, they put little stickers and tags on the movies, and, Navy SEALs, they hand wrote on there, "Ooh, Navy SEALs," to reference that movie. But that one was always in front because they filmed part of it in Norfolk, and so they had it, in handwritten big letters. What's his name? Charlie Sheen jumps off the Compostela Bridge. It was always on the highly recommended shelf, even though it's a terrible movie. But anyway, so that's how I had heard not to watch the. Who made it? It wasn't Filmation.
It was Rankin
Bass.
Rankin Bass, yeah. Which they were good with Thundercats and the Christmas specials. I should have trusted them. I even liked their little 15-minute literary adaptations. I think Hiawatha was my favorite of those. But I like the Robinson Crusoe. I think Robinson Crusoe and Hiawatha were on the same tape. But anyway, so I should have seen it earlier. But I believed discount Randall Graves instead.
Someone should do an edit of Gollum saying precious. Of Gollum saying precious, and he's talking to the character Precious.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I feel like somebody had to have done that.
Probably does exist.
That's a fucked up movie.
Never saw it. I know what it is because we had the DVD in the case at Kmart, but no one ever bought that DVD. There were a lot of DVDs that just sat there forever, like the Godzilla Gojira, like Criterion DVD. I was the only person that ever bought that. Like, I shed a tear for mankind that some bullcrap like Jennifer's Body sold better than the original Godzilla.
Well,
I had this customer, a male customer, who was like obsessed with Jennifer's Body when it came out, and he was like, I was trying to close electronics, and he's standing there like giving me a rundown on the whole plot, like explaining all the details, and he's like, okay, I can see I'm not really selling you on this, so let me explain it better. Oh, God.
sir.
He's just obsessed with Megan
Sir,
Fox.
this is a Kmart.
Yeah. Back when Megan Fox was actually somebody. Back when she was somebody.
Okay, I know it's kind of cool in our circle to rubbish the Hobbit movies, but was there anything good about them?
Oh, I
mean,
would say there's good things.
I enjoyed them. I didn't really... from a normie perspective, they're not bad. I mean, I could tell, because I'm not stupid, what parts were added for the modern audiences, but it didn't ruin it. I could just tell.
Yeah, I would definitely say one of my favorite things, and I find years later I still like it, is the rendition of the Misty Mountain song.
That's a good start.
I just like hearing the songs from the book as songs, because I don't have a tune or anything to put. And I liked how they they dealt with their continuity error, because Bilbo shouldn't look a bit different, but they weren't going to do the Hobbit originally. And so they patched that up, and seeing Elijah Wood back as Frodo in the beginning was cool. I mean, I know, like, it's like, oh, well, that's just fan service. You fell for the fan service. Okay. Fine, I did.
I mean, it's fair because fuck. I didn't mind it because I liked it as a framing device for the story, because it's The Hobbit is a book that Bilbo wrote, so it's like having Bilbo tell the story. Yeah, that makes sense.
Neville like drew the eyebrows even longer.
Yeah, I see them. Kind of cutting into my eyebrows there, buddy.
The eyebrows just got 10 feet longer.
Let's touch eyebrows.
They did get some pretty good casting for those dwarves, like especially the guy who plays Thorin.
Yeah,
Here,
I guess my only problem with the way they did Thorin is that it felt too much like they were trying to make him look like Aragorn.
I mean, like, who was the actor? I need to look this up.
You kind of kept forgetting that he was a dwarf. At least I felt like I kept forgetting he was supposed to be a dwarf.
Okay.
Richard Armitage.
Neville.
Richard Armitage. That's it. That's him. I mean, like,
Give him a bigger prosthetic beard, is what I'm saying.
Richard Armitage. I believe he's a guy that they got the voice. Trevor Belmont in the Netflix.
Yep, they did.
Oh, and by the way, I put his eyebrows behind your eyebrows.
Very good, thank you.
I mean, I do kind of agree with you. Could have used a bigger beard, but Richard Armitage wasn't bad casting.
No, absolutely.
And
I feel like any of the problem... Well, I had no problem with his performance. It's... Any problems I had would have been with, like, the art direction.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I think knowing what the book is kind of is a problem, in that there's a cognitive dissonance when you know that this was the whimsical adventure one and not the big
Grand
epic.
Yeah. Yeah,
And so you're seeing the flaws as they're trying to shoehorn the grand epic in, and it's you
They're
can
not
tell-
letting. They wouldn't just let the Hobbit be itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one guy I follow on Twitter said that something that people gave the Peter Jackson movies credit for was not screwing up the story, but the Hobbit ended up spending that goodwill.
Yeah, and I think there are people, like one of my professors actually, we can talk about this more later, but one of my professors was very upset that they did not include the Scouring of the Shire. And knowing what I know about it now is like, yeah, I absolutely understand why he was upset about that.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of like film pacing, I get why it wasn't in there, but as far as the narrative and like wrapping up certain character arcs, I'm like, it was actually pretty important.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to good things about the Hobbit movies. Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Cumberbatch is pretty awesome as Smaug.
Somebody was saying before the stream about how polite he was.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I really loved about. Well, in the book, he's kind of like that too. Like the exchange between Smaug and Bilbo is like very cordial and very polite, and it's something that I always really liked about Smaug is that like it was very I felt like it would have been the easiest thing in the world to just make Smaug into like basically a dinosaur that breathes fire. But
we were watching the. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Smaug, we were watching the animated Hobbit movie. The way they portrayed him, he was like, it was like waking up an old grouchy guy from a hangover. He sounded like it too. He's like, "What are you doing here?" It's just like, it was the funniest shit. Just, I surprisingly really liked the animated.
If you were asleep for several decades and some fucking short stack just rolls up on you and starts taking your shit, I'd be pretty grouchy too.
Short stack.
Is this short stack? Is it a girl? And what does she look like?
Oh,
You just gave me.
No.
Thank you.
Why did you?
Thank you. You just gave me an idea.
Why did you do this? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, Forrester. Why did you do that?
Don't know.
For chaos.
I finally know what to drive. Once drop pile reconnects. There you go.
I mean, listen. The Hobbit, most of the main characters are short. They're small.
I know.
It's just a matter of which of them you're going to do.
I know.
Okay, like I know the lore behind female hobbits. I don't care. You're getting a short stick.
No,
Anime hobbit.
that would be appropriate.
I mean, the hobbits.
They're kind of chubby.
Yeah, hobbits
There's
are.
female
They're
hobbits,
stout.
sure.
They're not chubby. They're stout.
Because like Samwise came back and had like
My
15
mistake.
kids or something. I know that from a meme.
From a meme.
Well, let's be honest. In this time period, that's a perfectly valid way to know something.
Yeah, it's what meme? Tell me about
But-
this meme.
It was saying that Sam was the best character, that like he stayed with Frodo, this, that, and the other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Came back and slammed prime Hobbit Tussie and had 14 kids.
Yeah, Nope, that's
he's
just
the
what
geek.
happened.
He's the Giga Chad of the whole series.
I mean, he is. Sam's a real hero.
Yeah.
No, I was just embarrassed that like I know that bit of the lore from a meme, but it's like in this time period, that's like honestly a genuine way of knowing things, whether that should be or not. That's the culture we live in. It's like I heard it on TikTok. Is well, that is where people get stuff. I got that from
I
X.
saw Samwise Gamgee depicted as a Chad.
Heh.
Well, you've seen that one where it's like Palpatine and Luke, and it's like, I have depicted you as the soy jack and myself as the Chad. You have already lost.
Classic. You have already lost.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what's going on over here.
So,
Oh, alright.
I'm not even the person this Lego Hobbit house was bought for. It was bought for my siblings, and my mother was like all over eBay and different websites, like trying to find one. And like it was one of those cases of where like I think I wanted it more than they did, but I was like, oh yeah, Mom, you got to get that. That's exactly what they want for Christmas. And now here I am, not just literally still having it, you know, like 13 years later, but I'm even drawing it into the stream because there are no words for how much I love this Lego Hobbit house.
It's a hole in the ground. It's a Hobbit hole.
Legos are based
Ah, yes.
yeah.
because like Lego bases, base plates, you know.
Womp, womp.
Oh my.
Right there. Here. Legos are based.
On cubes. And pigs. Oh yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of things in The Hobbit are I really like as these sorts of. I don't want to sound too like highfalutin or fucking pretentious about it, but there's a lot of like really interesting mythopoeic stuff that happens in it that you just don't really see in a lot of modern literature or in a lot of modern storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I think modern storytellers kind of dismiss it as sort of silly.
Or old-fashioned.
Or like because it can't be because it's not rationally explicable, they sort of just throw it out. It's like one of the things that I remember really liking is the whole is the sequence with the trolls.
Oh yeah. It's like something like out of an old Brothers Grimm fairy tale. Probably even further than that, given how much it would probably go back even further than that, because I am remembering this one. I think it might have been a green text or something. Something where it's like doing a conversation between Lewis and Tolkien, and then Lewis is going on about how he's got this story that draws from Arthurian lore, and actually no, it wasn't a green text. It wasn't a green text. It was Marmaduke. It was a Twitter. It was a thing on Twitter that he was doing.
Mm.
Yeah, and Lewis was doing was talking about how he had this whole thing that was drawn from Arthurian myth and everything, and he has Tolkien respond with, "Jack, that's dreadful. You know how I feel about Arthurian myth. It's too modern."
That's the problem I have with fiction is like we believe that there's like this glut of medieval knight-based storytelling, but knights like pirates are actually very underrated. If it's not just another Arthurian adaptation, courtly material is actually really rare. Like plain old just village girls are in fairy tales more than knights. People have this exaggerated view. I want more knights and stuff. Like, I wish the knight had the longevity in the West that the samurai does in Japan, where it even gets reinterpreted in future contexts and stuff.
In some ways, it kind of does.
I mean, America.
I feel like the scholar replaced the knight as the ideal English gentleman hero.
Well, that's probably true.
I mean, it's kind of. I mean, that's kind of what the wizard is in a sense.
Well, no, the wizard is the wizard, because in the Arthurian, Merlin was there. Wizards are knights, horses, armor, duels for honor, and stuff like that.
Something like Saint George and the Dragon.
Yeah, or Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.
Oh god, I actually got done reading a lot of the translations of the Green Knight a while ago. I fucking love it.
Yeah, same here.
There's something about the There's something about the plot element about Sir Gawain having decapitated the Green Knight, and the Green Knight saying that I have to return the blow to you, and he just gives him a little tap on the neck and calls it even.
Well, it's such a plot twist when he carries off his own head. I discovered it by accident. I wish I had some high class thing, but I don't. My mother and I were going to pick up pizza, and we had simply left an hour early. So we went in Dollar Tree, and I just wanted to go home and wait the hour out and come back. So I went in Dollar Tree mad as a wet hen that I was going to be stuck in Dollar Tree. And there was this print copy of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight because of a movie in 2021. So it's a real short book, so I pick it up and start reading it, thumb through it, read the beginning part, and I am just shocked at that twist. And then so I'm telling her in the car, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And it's because it's such a killer opening, and it's I'll be darned, this story is from the 1200s, lost and rediscovered in the Victorian age, and it can still make modern people on a random day gasp. That is writing. And we don't even know who wrote it. It's anonymous. But
whoever came up with it has been lost to history, but yeah, it's basically anonymous. Yes, Dylan, we see it.
You know what? I'm gonna riff on Short Stack Bilbo a bit.
Is that what you're drawing? Or
nice.
Yeah, it's I'm adding a little something to it.
Well, mine's a short stack, a stack of Legos.
Wow!
Womp. I womp, therefore I am.
Hey, fish. I'm impressed you guys are not picking any of that up.
I mean, I haven't heard a thing of it. I haven't heard thing one from from Leo this whole time.
And I haven't heard thing two.
No, trust me,
I'm sure he's around somewhere.
He's in the room, heading over there, watching his treat fall.
Actually, yeah, that's generally something that I think is really strong from the Hobbit movies. I really like the way they handle the music.
Well,
and especially
they kept Howard short, so of course it can be good.
Right. But I really like how they adapted the songs.
Yeah.
Blunt the knives, bend the forks.
I wonder how dangerous it is to discuss your story ideas on a stream, does that give someone else the ability to run with it and steal it, or does it create a public record that you at least claimed the idea first?
I have no
Depends
idea.
on how specific you are with it.
Just a
And I
genre.
guess like a generic concept doesn't really. Like, it depends on how broad you are about it, because like being very broad about what the concept is, you can't really claim the concept of like knights or
No.
like courtly romance or courtly intrigue or knightly orders or I don't think you can really claim any of that. It depends on how specific you are about what you're doing.
Well, I don't know. There might already be, because it seems like an RPG thing that would exist, so it probably already is. But I was just thinking about like a post-apocalyptic westerns yesterday, and the idea came to me of like post-future England, in which like post-apocalyptic and it's rebuilt, but basically people have gone back to a medieval lifestyle with like villages, the church, the monarchy. After like, you know, nuking and destroying the world, like the church is taken very literally again, and the role of like dragons is filled with like AI robots, drones, etc. that
I
are
mean,
still...
shit, you could very well argue that AI are demons.
Yeah, and they're still like roaming and like, you know, like exactly what you'd expect from creatures and dragons and stuff, but it's leftover machines that were built in like the last age of man, and the humans are much more primitive in nature. But I was thinking like the literal shining armor could come back in this future because it deflects the laser targeting on the drones.
That'd be pretty cool.
But the story would be unironically chivalric romance. Like, it's post-apocalyptic setting, but literally just as an excuse to bring back like pre-Cervantes chivalry before it became a joke. Like, postmodern world, you know, it's like they need chivalry again, and now we're like 100 or 200 years or more into the post, you know, modern, and this is all entirely unironical. Like, that's my idea. Not to be cynical. I mean, it's inherently cynical in the sense that the world as we know it was destroyed. But it's like, maybe not post-nuclear apocalypse because there's robots. I'm thinking more like post-Skynet apocalypse, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean,
And like,
When
like, consider this. I mean, Howard wrote during the Great Depression, but his books bucked the cynicism of that age and just tried to show a world that, while it was brutal and harsh, it was possible to rise above that and bend it to your will with enough of strength and force of will.
yeah.
So like even though
This might be a question, because I feel like Forrester would know this. How much of those sorts of themes were reflected in something like Rom's Space Knight?
I'd forgotten about that one, but actually... But what I'm thinking of is like, to not even really talk about or acknowledge. Like, I was thinking how like Thundercats doesn't linger on the fact that humanity is dead. They just are, but it's not part of the show. Like, people aren't talking about or reflecting on, like, there might be knowledge of the end of an age, but they're, the end of, like, our modern 20th century world comes up about as often as actual medieval lore discusses Roman antiquity, as in, it doesn't. Like, they know it happened, but they're not focused on it. Everything that's going on.
They would probably only discuss it in like a historical context.
You know, I think
basically.
I think I know something that might click with what you're describing. You ever heard of Thundar the Barbarian?
I have, actually. That's a Jack Kirby piece.
Really? I thought that was Steve Gerber.
Maybe
it
he
was
only
a
did the design.
it was a cartoon.
TV, yeah. Kirby was living in Los Angeles at that time. He was definitely the lead production designer. I believe it's the only thing he ever did on television for that. But you're right, he probably didn't develop it, or like, didn't concepts. I think he was the designer.
Okay, that would actually make
It was
sense.
Kirby involved.
That would
Put
make
that
sense.
way.
That actually would make sense. But yeah, I mean, like, it's sort of got the same post-apocalyptic world because world was destroyed by a rogue planet, and now it's just a world of mutants, magic. Which again, you know, like, honestly, you'd probably dig it.
I know of it. I need to actually commit to watching it. But yeah.
Okay, short stack Bilbo gave me an idea.
No, not Gandalf.
Brett, you realize when you say that, you're just gonna give him another idea.
Tim
Awesome.
Gandalf would have
Why?
long legs and
Why?
good thighs
I
and
didn't
be
have-
called Gamsdolf.
I didn't
Gilfdolf.
I did not have to. I didn't have to give him anything. Like, he's already doing it.
Come on, Gams. Okay. Nobody says Gams anymore. Hey, doll. Nice Gams.
Also, Dylan, there you go. I followed up short stack Bilbo.
Well,
Oh,
You might.
goodbye.
well, it would probably piss off Christopher Tolkien less than the movies did.
That's probably true. Although what I was saying about his father and violence, I can get that because, like, I'm gonna make the assumption that the countdown competition for who can kill the most orcs is not from the book. That didn't seem like it was.
I think it actually it might have been. Let me double check that.
All I know is that Christopher Tolkien hated the movies because he said they took his father's work and turned it into a mindless action movie.
The Hobbit or just the film in general?
In general, they only made Rings of Power because he turned over the rights right before he died, and he had no control over it.
Alright, I don't know. Is the.
Now that's. And it's weird because in the Star Trek episode I talked about like how DS9 was a masterpiece that never would have seen the light of day with Gene still alive. And here I am having the exact opposite opinion about Rings of Power.
Yep.
I guess the lesson here is if you're going to wait till an artist or whoever's controlling his estate passes away, make sure you make something good at least. Go play with your treat ball, Leo.
Okay, so that competition was in the book.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was wrong.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That seemed oddly gleeful about the violence. Okay, I was wrong then. I thought that's what he was pissed about. Then
I think-
what was his problem?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think like. I think it's less that it's gleeful and it's more like helping morale, especially between Legolas and Gimli, and it kind of plays off of the. It kind of helps smooth over that animosity between them and turn it into something more constructive.
I'll be very surprised if the line about like that one doesn't count. That felt so modern humor. I'll be surprised if that was there. I could be wrong again. I seem to.
I guess
setting
I'll
it-
have to check.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apparently, the actual passages 42, Master Legolas, he cried. Alas, my axe is notched. The 42nd had an iron collar on his neck. How is it with you? You have passed my score by 1, answered Legolas, but I do not grudge you the gain. So glad am I to see you on your legs.
Alright.
So it
Still wasn't...
So it's like, it's kind of more camaraderie more than taking glee and violence.
Well, it was also a running gag, and that's what made it feel like modern movie.
I have to wonder, was that in the script, or did John Rhys Davies and he's in Orlando Bloom just ad-lib it?
It wouldn't surprise me if that was ad-lib. Honestly, like, I still think the line's funny. That one I got just one.
Here you go, Neville.
Alright, what do we got? Where am I looking?
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
Safe horny Gandalf.
Oh yeah, Dommy mommies are safe horny.
Oh yes, of course.
Again, it would probably piss off Christopher Tolkien less than the movies. But not by much.
Admittedly, I don't think anybody would sincerely understand these to be like the definitive Tolkien adaptation. I'm pretty sure people would have the sense to understand that, like, Lord of the Waifus isn't a straight adaptation of Tolkien's Legendarium.
Jesus Christ, how does that not an anime already?
Holy shit, guys! You might be onto something, Neville. Lord of the Waifus.
Oh God.
Holy
Like, can you not? I mean, can you not see that being like an ecchi parody?
No,
my-
I'm kind of surprised it's not.
Holy shit! I'm gonna write that shit down.
Yeah.
Like, I can just see
I've
it being.
seen some adaptations online. I wouldn't exactly call them straight adaptations.
Again, like, I could almost
Well,
like an ecchi harem parody. Like, how is that not a thing that already exists?
Brett, why are you the one suggesting this?
listen,
I'm
I ain't about to tell.
I'm
I ain't about to tell
complicated.
him no.
I'm a complicated person, all right.
Again, I ain't about to tell him no.
Me too.
He's letting his horny slip. It's okay. He can't be prudish. He can't be prudish all the time.
Yeah.
But there are, like, yeah, but you gotta admit, like, it's kind of amazing. Like, even if it's not like an adaptation, but it's more like it's not an adaptation, but we know it kind of is, you know?
It's a parody, and you know what it's parodying.
Yeah. It's like how it, especially considering like how low bar a lot of those ecchi harem comedies can be.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot to a lot of them.
Production-wise, has anyone noticed how like porn parodies have almost become like a shot at the actual production producers? It's like a running thing now that the porn parodies have better costumes than the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, you do. Especially by the Axel dude. What's his name? Axel. He's like this porn director, and like, yeah, he's just making this shit like look 10 times better.
What
than
actual
the actual.
what actual Rose?
No, not Axel. No, not Axel Rose. I'm forgetting his name. But he put out like this Captain Marvel thing, and it actually looks like the comic book. Oh man. But we're getting way off topic. But still,
We've already done it several times.
but still, if I were to go for like a ecchi kind of Lord of the Rings parody with waifus, it'd be like Fate, like the Fate series, but with like an off-brand Lord of the Rings. It's
I
like,
remember a
you
meme in the 2000s, a Doctor Who meme, where there had been a porn parody called Doctor Screw, and they had the Doctor, like the 10th Doctor and the different partners and all were like reacting. It was like screenshots of them from Doctor Who episodes screaming in horror at the DVD. And then they had an on-set photo of Billie Piper dressed as Rose but smoking a cigarette on set, like next to the camera crew, and she kind of had like this casual shrug, and she's captioned as saying, I've seen worse. And then it's Captain Jack Harkness with a big grin. Bitch, please, I've starred in worse.
They did a lot of things on Torchwood.
I'll never forget that line. He came and went when the dude when those people were like disappearing, right? He like this dude like disappeared like mid climax.
That was,
He's like,
back
oh,
when
he
we
came.
thought, that was back when we thought Russell Davies had talent. And then he came back to prove it. Like, sometimes a creator should not come back. Like, up till now, like, he was like one of those names people like point out of like, oh, well, if so-and-so was back, it wouldn't be this bad. And now it's like,
no, it would be.
you've trashed your legacy, dude.
Okay. Who is worse, Chris Chibnall or Davies the second time around?
I don't know. Chris Chitlin's was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
I've heard some pretty scathing things said about Moffat.
Moffat was great. I'll defend him forever.
Does that include the Statue of Liberty being a weeping angel?
You're really going to
I thought
compare that to like some of the other stuff recently? I mean, I don't even know how that pisses people off.
Okay. The Statue of Liberty being a weeping angel is a lot cooler than shit like the Timeless Children. That shit ruined.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was worse than the Doctor being revealed to be half human, which they retcon later.
See, like, now fucking... I will grant that the whole Statue of Liberty being a weeping angel was kind of a shark jump. But it kind of speaks to how much better everything else at the time was, that was the breaking point for some people.
Fair.
I didn't even know that pissed people off. I didn't care.
I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking scary.
I think it was kind of getting to the point that people thought that, like, Moffat just ended up using the Weeping Angels they kind of felt like he overplayed them a bit.
Well, part of it was he had developed a reputation as, like, being the guy that gives surprises and climaxes and stuff like that. And because when he was writing in the Russell Davies seasons, anytime it was one of his episodes, you're like, oh man, this is going to be a good one. I mean, he kind of made his name with Are You My Mummy? And
right.
People, they just wanted that every time. And then when he tried to deliver that, he ended up kind of tripping over the need to have these twists and reveals. And it's like I've actually watched Twilight Zone. It's a good show, but it trips over its own legacy. A lot of the times it's very average, and that's fine, but it can disappoint you if you don't realize that, you know what I'm trying to say. Alfred Hitchcock is the same way. Any of the time the show gets a certain reputation, and that's part of the problem with Moffat. So people were saying that he sucked or he'd lost his touch, and he really hadn't, but they wanted...
It's just that people expected him to be performing at his, like, 10 every time, even though his 7 was still pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was also recycling from himself. Like, The Girl in the Fireplace and Amy Pond are the same concept, essentially. And right off the bat, in his first episode, he's plot mining one of his most famous David Tennant episodes. And it's like, you know, people notice that. You can plagiarize yourself, like, legally, but be careful because
You-
people will
yeah.
just think, "Oh, this is a one-trick pony."
For sure.
I don't know why I'm hyper focusing on this Lego set. Like, this is just ADD hyper focus going on right here.
For
I should've
fixation.
drawn- Yeah, I should have drawn more than. I just can't overemphasize how much I love this Lego set. It's weird because Legos are already a hyper simplified medium, and now I'm hyper simplifying it more for the drawing. It's like this extra filter on a filter, and yet you can kind of still tell what it's supposed to be.
All right, Dylan, what is that? Is this a trash can?
No, it's a
TARDIS?
TARDIS here for some reason.
It's a Portaloo.
I was gonna draw it and I was gonna put the caption, "Where the hell are we?" Because just you see, it's a meta narrative talking about how fucking off course we got.
Yeah, well, we need to do a Doctor Who stream.
If Doctor Who wasn't dead,
I mean, you guys
The
can
Doctor Who
catch me
Memorial
up
Stream.
on the. You guys can catch me up on what a dumpster fire it became after I just sort of fell off.
I don't watch the news yet, so somebody will have to catch me up.
God.
Is that supposed to be Thorn and Neville?
Yep.
Is the likeness is still Richard Armitage, just with an improved beard?
What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, we know. Yes, Leo, I know you're there.
Wait, make Bilbo regular, like, skin tone, or make him yellow? Because I know the licensed characters in LEGO have normal skin tones, but I don't like it.
Make him
I
yellow.
prefer them... Yeah, I was gonna say, I just prefer the yellow.
Make it yellow.
Return of the King in yellow.
I only like the skin tones because I grew up with Lego Star Wars.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
When I had LEGO Star Wars, they were yellow too.
Oh, well, yeah.
1999.
Well, yeah, but it was the time period I grew up with. You know, they had the video games. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's have a little.
Well, that was my time too, because like, even if that our generation was weird because like usually people always like got out of the kid stuff and moved on to other stuff, but like the 20-somethings and the kids kind of exist in a shared culture in that decade. So it's like you can have two people. One is nostalgic for like, man, I miss my childhood, and the other's like, man, I miss my 20s, and they're talking about the same pop culture, like the Wii and the Lego games and Call of Duty and all that stuff. It's like that's Teen Titans and Kim Possible and all those type things.
Let's have a little discussion about what could have been. So, does anyone remember that that early into, I think it might have been pre-production or something, but early on there was talk that the Hobbit movies were going to be directed by Guillermo del Toro?
No, because I didn't know.
vaguely
of the Hobbit.
remember something about that. Vaguely.
Neville, you got to know that.
I remember hearing something about it. I remember it mostly as a rumor.
Well, did you see the concept art for his film's version of Smog?
I did not know.
I just posted something I found on the internet into the chat.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh. Well, that's pretty neat.
It was a lot freakier.
It was. I guess, like, part of me is wondering, like, alright, what's this thing gonna look like when it starts talking? Because it's Smaug. Smaug's got to talk.
It probably would have looked very unsettling.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yes, I have seen that.
And it's like no shade against the version we got, because honestly, I mean, that looks really good. But it's not, but it's kind of, that kind of what if is kind of interesting, though.
I think in some way, if Del Toro were to adapt The Hobbit, I feel like it would be more remembered as a Del Toro movie more than it would be a Hobbit movie.
I think Peter Jackson was the right one, but I
He
don't
went the
entirely
wrong
blame
way.
him for what we got. I feel like there was a lot of studio meddling and the
Yeah.
need for... I think it was going to be a trilogy no matter who made it.
Oh
Because
god,
they went...
I think Jackson was actually kind of miserable on the set.
Yeah, but I mean, it was going to be a trilogy no matter who made it because that's what they needed.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
But yeah, for profits.
Regardless of whether that would actually work.
And it had mixed results at best. Because, like, honestly, I have never seen that one film cut of the Hobbit movies, but if somebody tells me those are actually better than what we got in the theater, I'm like, yeah, I buy that, because even watching them, I remember, especially like Desolation of Smaug, and Battle of the Five Armies, I felt like got a bit long in the tooth.
Yeah,
And not
that's
even in
definitely-
the way the Lord of the Rings was, where it's just like, yeah, it's long, but that's because a lot's going on. It felt like they just had to keep adding stuff in because the original story just wasn't that. There just wasn't nearly that much going on.
Oh no, the joke name at the time for the Battle of the Five Armies was the bloating of the 5 pages.
Yeah,
No
pretty
kidding.
much.
No kidding. A buddy of mine who also really loves the books, like you said, like the movies did not do Thorin's death justice.
Spoiler, didn't know that. I mean, I should because I read it out loud along. The thing about reading a book out loud to kids, you're trying so hard to perform it that you're not really actually taking in the story. Eventually it just becomes words. And it's like, but you read that book, yeah, out loud.
To you.
Then you become like an actor who forgot the script years later. Like, I've met actors in real life, and I try not to be, especially when they're Power Rangers. Like, I try to show them not all of us, like, in the fan base are like the weirdos who expect you to remember it. Because I'm so embarrassed when I hear, like, other people, and, you know, like, ahead in line at the con, and they'll just say stuff, and it's like, dude, there's no way this 45-year-old remembers lore details of a children's show they filmed in the 90s. Let it go.
Unless
He's
you're
the wrong guy to ask.
Unless you're Jason David Frank, who is, no longer with us, but
I don't even know if he knew lore details and stuff, though. I don't know.
he just loved being a character.
Yeah.
I mean, like there was kind of like a lot of dramatic weight to how Thorin died in the book. Because like
Realistically, I knew somebody was going to die, and it can't be Bilbo, so that's actually exactly what I would have assumed was going to happen. Because I already know from the other book Bilbo's around, and so I'm not terribly surprised.
Do you know who actually does pay attention to like the lore, like whenever he's involved with something?
Who's that?
Keanu Reeves. When you ask him about anything, he'll go into like detail about it. even with his, especially with like his own stuff, when he was putting out that Berserker comic, not Berserker. He named the artist. He named, he named the main writer. It's like, holy shit. It's like you don't really see that.
Hey.
Mhm.
But yeah, just sorry, tangent.
No. Contribute to the stream by all means.
We got we
Yeah.
got short stack Thorin waifu over here.
Oh no. Oh, my tablet keeps shutting off, and I gotta keep logging back in.
I still can't believe I spent the whole stream hyper-focusing on a Lego set. Like, a Lego Bilbo was a cute idea, drawing the entire Hobbit house behind him. And I was like 26 when we got the Lego Hobbit house, maybe 27, so like, I feel like if my mother found out that I was pushing for it because I wanted it, it'd be like, I did all that for you! But it's like literally, Mom, if you ever see this, like, I love that Hobbit house so much, I drew it on a stream.
My parents would think it's a little weird, but they'd be like, "Okay."
Oh, I think this is a little weird. I think
If I was that autistic,
Oh, I think I passed a little weird a long time ago.
Oh, we're waiting. Yeah.
This is like, oh shit, we're never getting grandchildren level.
Oh dear.
I finished it. That is
You know,
bad.
I think we've reached a good stopping point.
Are you able to share other images on the screen, Brad? I was going to say show the audience the actual Hobbit house. I guess somebody can add it in. I posted it in general.
I can add it in post. Yeah.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then I'll send you a picture of the one I actually am looking at. That'd be even better. But yeah, this is. I made my own day.
so we're calling it.
Yeah, we can add this to the. I think we've been doing a good job of picking topics that we can revisit.
Yeah.
Like we can come back to this again.
Well, do we have any final say on the Hobbit of like? I don't know.
Thorin's death in the book will make you cry. Thorin's death in the movies is just, it happens.
I've forgotten that he died in the movie, so like there you have it right there. And I guess
There you go.
Forgot it now. Yeah. It's just they added so much that it reached a point where I wasn't really keeping it all straight.
Read the book if you that's all you need. If you must see any Hobbit movie,
Rankin Bass.
yes, either the Rankin Bass special, or if you really need it live action that bad, look for the one film cut. Whatever that's called.
I'm actually pretty proud of short stack waifu Thorin over here.
Let's see what that's
Like I managed to incorporate the beard without making it the beard.
Yeah. Oh, it's called the Maple Film or the Bilbo edition, I think. Like that, whatever that, that cut of all three movies that makes it into one movie. It's much better that way. But otherwise, the book is all you need. And I do not hear anyone really objecting.
No, I'm not about to contest that. There are good things in the Jackson movies, but there's better things elsewhere.
I guess we'll just let Forrester do this one little thing before I hit stop.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just.
What am I looking at? What is that?
Oh, I was just goofing around because Dylan and I loved the
No
Wii.
Wiimote.
Yes, it is. It's like a really crappy one because I'm delaying the stream, but yeah. Yep.
There was probably some kind of Lord of the Rings game on the Wii.
Oh, several.
There was. It was the Lego.
Yeah.
There we
it's
go.
illegal.
There we go. It worked. There we go. It still has relevance.
Well, no, that's why it had relevance. I was doing the Lego Lord of the Rings. Messing up that button because I'm rushing. Oh well, that's still good. There we go.
All right.
Are you still there, Dylan?
Yeah. I'm still here.
All right, there we go. That one's for us.
All right.
Lego Lord of the Rings.
Look what I wrote next to your. Oh, you see it.
Yep.
All right. Leo, hush.